The PlayStation version of Dying Light received a very sneaky update today, and it turns out to have been the one we've all been waiting for. Yes, that's right, Techland have finally delivered the next-gen patch for PS5 that the fans have been asking for. But, amazingly, 60 FPS is only one of the 3 new video options available. And in this video, I'm going to have a brief look at all of them and see how they perform. So PS5 owners will now have a performance mode with 60 FPS at 1080p, a balanced mode which targets 60 FPS at 1440p, so when they say targets I guess it won't quite be a locked 60 but as close as possible depending on how intensive the action on screen is. And you get a quality mode with native 4K resolution, but that one is capped at 30 FPS. Also, the patch notes say that a 30 FPS cap performance on the PS4 Pro has been improved and that an Xbox upgrade will be coming soon too. So you can find the 3 new modes under the video options in the main menu, and you can only change them from here and not from the in-game options. The first one I tried out was the high performance option, which I was expecting to be the most impressive. However, it turns out that you get a slight motion blur when looking around, like up and down and left to right. Obviously it looks much better than the old 1080p 30 did, but it still seems to be missing a little something for me, as it wasn't quite as crisp as I'd expected it to be. Movement is definitely quicker and smoother, and the zombies look much shinier too, but still being in 1080p was hurting the overall effect for me, so it was time to check out the balanced option now. Straight away, this felt like the upgrade I'd wanted, as that little bit of blur seemed to have gone, and the higher 1440p resolution with what appears to be a pretty solid 60 FPS delivers in spades. Dying Light has never looked so good on PlayStation, and everything's been crisped up and the movement is silky smooth and responsive, so this was looking like the better of the 2 options so far. The zombies have that more detailed but shiny look to them, and ploughing through them now is a joy that up until now only PC players have been able to experience. So that just left the native 4K option, and I was looking forward to seeing how much extra detail there was going to be. Disappointingly though, it seems the extra detail can only be found in certain elements of the environment and not always the zombies. Maybe on the clothing here and there, but it doesn't look quite as good as the previous 2 options. Also, going back to 30 FPS now seems very jarring after having been spoiled with the 60 FPS modes. And I feel that despite being 4K, there just isn't enough extra detail in the game to take advantage of it. So this mode feels a bit more like the game did before the patch. So at this stage, the balanced mode was winning it for me. Next, I wanted to see what the following DLC looked like and have a look at the buggies. It seems as though the buggy skins haven't really benefited from this patch either. The main details like the lights, suspension and flamethrower look pretty crisp, but the skins seem to be very low res indeed in both, performance and high res mode. Now I kind of feel like they actually weren't this bad before the patch, so maybe there's some bugs here that need ironing out a bit. So next I wanted to see how the patch affected driving, as of course that's a much faster way to traverse the environment and therefore it's going to be more demanding. So first I tried the balanced mode and it did feel smooth and responsive as expected, but the texture popping on the field to the right there was really noticeable, and it got much worse further along the road when cars were literally floating in the air before the bottom half of them with the wheels popped in and then the shadow a second afterwards. Cones were also visibly popping in, and again I'm fairly sure that things weren't this bad before the patch. The high resolution mode suffered the same problems, but it felt a little less obvious due to the lower frame rate, and it's more as I remembered it, before the patch, so that just left performance mode now. Now, performance mode seems to be the best mode for driving in Dying Light, as despite the pop-in still happening, it was so much less obvious due to a more solid 60 FPS. Which is weird because the balance mode felt pretty solid during normal gameplay, so the faster speed of the buggy really highlights that it isn't quite there in the more demanding sections like driving. But for most of the regular gameplay, it seems that the balanced mode delivers the best performance and is much closer to that next gen experience that I'd been hoping for. It certainly isn't perfect, and the performance and resolution modes both have some issues for me, but to be honest, the balanced mode alone makes this an amazing upgrade that Techland were under no obligation to provide for a 7-year-old game, and for that reason I am very happy with what we've got here. So, I'm happy with this next gen patch, but what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below as always, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.